Hello, my name is Tom Zeppeveld from Graphileon, and today I'd like to share with you a demo of our InterActor platform and the way we applied it to the Panama Papers case. As you may know, the Panama Papers case is about a large set of leaked documents about people and organizations involved in all kinds of offshore tax structures, and the ICIG, that's the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, has extracted a lot of metadata out of that set of documents, and they put their results in a graph store, specifically Neo4j graph store. And since Neo4j is also our graph store of choice, and we can easily build interactive dashboards, we decided to build this small demo on top of that data set that has been made publicly available. And when building this demo, we didn't want to focus on how to get how to find cases, but more on how InterActor could be helpful to enhance the collaboration between journalists. So if one journalist is doing research into a specific case, he can easily make a diagram of it and share the diagram. And if other journalists would start doing research and encountering people that are, let's say, people that pop up in different diagrams, then they would be notified automatically. So what you're looking at now is an interactive dashboard, and on which I just ran a query that displays all the different types of relationships that are in this specific graph store, which is in total about 1.2 million. And there are a couple of very types of relationships that you see very frequently, and also some that are less frequent. So you could start, for instance, if you are interested in intermediaries that are a shareholder of a specific entities, then you could start by running some examples. Or if you would have entities and addresses, then you could start exploring it. And for instance, this address, you can see that there are a lot of entities registered already, and from each specific node you can easily get the neighbors from that node, and from that node you could go on, you could start exploring and then go anywhere where the graph leads you. If you would want to start from a specific node over again, then you can start over there and then go and do the research until you probably find somewhere a node that is heavily connected, and there you would probably handpick the nodes that you want to do your research on. So imagine that you have found this result, and this is an interesting case. You could save this set of nodes, including the layout, by just saying, okay, let's call it pure mill, and the diagram has been saved. So we have now a list of all kinds of cases over here, and for instance, if you would request the peer mill, then you have your list of your nodes here. At the same time, I've been doing some clicking, and here it traces. You can trace back the history of your research. So if you would go there, okay, you can see you have started over here with this address, then you have made a step, another step, and a jump. Well, the difference between a step and a jump is that a step is, let's say, if you click two nodes subsequently that are really related, and if you jump, there's something that is not related. So this is what you have done, and you can save this this also as a path. For instance, if you have path 1, that's your research one, path 1. um, and then you could save that for later on. And path 1 would of course be in here. Yeah. Um, but what is interesting is that if you have multiple cases, and for instance these could be cases that are investigated by other people, if I would run a click a case, okay, then immediately what pops up are overlapping cases. So Afrex, this is the Afrex, so it's identical to itself, of course. But there are other cases like the Koji Annan, which has a 0.18 score of overlap. And when I open the diagram, I can easily see those are the red ones. Those appear in both of the diagrams. So you could easily see, okay, what have other people found and have similar entities in my collection. What also happened if you would start from a given node and you would start find overlapping cases. Okay, there isn't that much overlapping yet, but if I start exploring, you can see that the scores here change. So any time I change something, I add new stuff, these scores are updated. So if there would be, while I was exploring, if there would be anything new popping up, then you would see the overlapping cases appear immediately. This is just a short demo. It is, of course, you can style the stuff any way you want. You can create new cases on the fly, and even also if you would start using just a search term, for instance, like let's say perhaps there is something in Lebanon. Okay, you can see there are lots of addresses in Lebanon, but also I see there are 2 organizations in Lebanon. I could start over there and start my exploration from here. And of course I could add this as a new diagram, so I would never lose the work that I have done. I can, if I want to start all over, I can also clear my history, so I have a clean path. And now if I start clicking, adding stuff, you see that all the nodes that I am clicking, they appear here as they should. This was just a quick overview. Of course, you could add lots of other queries and make them appear in different panels that can interact with each other. Thank you for watching.